Hello and good morning, my beautiful collective. How are y'all doing today? This is your girl, Taurus Sun Tarot. Um, Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, take a seat, grab your coffee, grab your water, your tea, whatever you're drinking, and let's cozy on in for a little read, shall we? So collective. First of all, happy birthday to any Libras that are watching. Drop a comment if it's your birthday. Let me know. We'll celebrate you in the comments below. So far, October has been extremely transitional for myself, and I feel like that is very connected to the reading that I'm called to be here for today, right? So I'm just gonna honor that and we'll just see what comes out. I just want to say though, like this is a safe space if you guys are going through a tough transitional time. Drop it in the comments. Let us know. Some of you, it's like that communication can help each other. Someone may have some sage advice for you, right? But extremely transitional time we're going through. I will also say on a very cosmic, like high level, I do feel like we as a country are going through a lot of change and it's uncomfortable. And I feel like this number 911, like it just kind of secures that for me. So this card is talking about courage, right? And I think it takes courage to step into the new door, to take the action to start a new chapter. So let's read our card here. This is courage, and it says, a doorway has opened for you, and while apprehension may be felt, allow courage to flow in as you put your best foot forward. You are being encouraged to let curiosity lead you and know that the divine has your back, okay? So if you're struggling with this at the current moment, an affirmation that you can say to yourself, write it down, speak it to yourself in the mirror, right? It says, I allow courage to prevail as curiosity leads me through new doors. I can't remember. I did 2 readings yesterday. One got posted, one did not because there was some technical errors in the reading. In one of them, though, I do mention doors. So what I'll say before we continue is doors work both ways. So when you talk about a portal, portals and stuff like that, I don't know how a portal works, but I can tell you a door does work both ways. It can open, it can close. But either way, it's an entryway and an exit. It's duality, it's both. So I feel like Spirit wants you to honor that something can be both, right? Like you can hold 2 truths at the same time. Like 2 things can be true. Something can be exciting and painful. Something can be heartwarming and bittersweet, right? And it takes courage to move through that and admit that. So let's see if there's any oracles that want to come out to support this message. So this will be time-stamped in the comments below as well. So if you're like, angel numbers and oracles are not my thing, I'm just here for tarot, I got you. Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors, please help me get some messages for this collective and what we need to see. Something I just heard was pulse. And at first it made me think of like someone's like physical pulse, like a pulse check, which made me think of Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. If you know, you know, if you've ever taken a CPR class. There's a few different songs. Actually, Baby Shark, I think, holds the same like metronome for CPR. Baby, I think it does, yeah. Anyways, there's multiple songs that can be used to teach people the proper like beat for CPR and things like that. That was the first place that went. The second place that it went though was, and this is like such an extreme visual. It was like a close-up of a speaker that was laying down. So like the speaker itself was indented, like, and the face was up top here and there's water on top. And it's like pulsing the water up to the beat. And when I think of that, it makes me think of like ripples, like water, ripples effect. So you could be channeling a lot of courage right now, collective, to extend your ripples out, right? It also, that word pulse made me think of the word reverb, like reverberations. And I did a little Google search on the definition of reverb before coming on here. And basically something that stuck out to me was that it comes from an instrument. Specifically, reverberation is, it can be caused by anything, but most specifically is associated with like an acoustic instrument. So I feel like there's a message there. Like you could be an instrument right now. Don't be afraid to like sound the horn, play the trumpet, right? So Spirit, any messages? Thank you so much, Spirit. Yeah, radiance, beautiful. Beautiful. Wow, I feel like this is kind of like confirmation for me. At the bottom of the deck, you have lion's mane, which is leadership. Again, kind of like taking charge, sounding the horn, right? Things like that. It didn't come out though, so we'll leave that there. So you have number 2. Something that's immediately sticking out to me here is you have 1-1, which would obviously add to 2. And then you have 2 following that, which is radiance. And this says St. John's wort. A couple of things that are sticking out to me here. Beautiful imagery here. I don't know if you guys can see. In the back, there is a house that is completely on fire. It reminds me of the tower in the traditional tarot, which again is reminding me of this doorway, this pathway, this new chapter that you're starting, right? With radiance too, I want to say this person is completely, which reminds me, and Yamika Verhutatas, this person is completely naked, but she's running. She also has like antlers on top of her head, so she's very free, and it almost looks like she belongs out with the animals. You know, she is part of them. She is radiant. She is as free and as radiant as they are. Something about freedom could be coming through significantly for my collective, whether that's in a relationship or a job, a contract. You know, you put the metaphor where it fits. Something about bunnies as well. Something could be multiplying like bunnies. And no, I don't mean people. I don't mean babies. Also, though, there is a baby deer here, a doe. Or no, fawn. Sorry. There's a little fawn here. So something is like in the works of being multiplied and birthed and renewed. This is a lot of... And when I think of radiance, I also think of the sun, which is present in this card at the top here. Something about like letting, like, I literally just got that cliche fucking song, like, this little light of mine, I'm gonna, oh shit, collective. The sun at the bottom of the deck? Come on now. As I'm singing that song, that's so funny. So you're letting your inner radiance come through and shine. I'm also getting you're just really confident at this time. You could be negotiating with a lot of different contracts. People could be seeing your worth, and that's giving you this kind of motivation. But of course, wow, this is so, as we're shuffling, you have the devil and the tower, which I mentioned. Yeah, Scorpio energy. I'm I'm hearing like ready or not. Yeah, the tower is coming, but you're safe, you're grounded, you're tempered. Something about the courage here makes me realize that I think you had insight to this tower, even if you weren't supposed to. I don't know. Like if you, like for example, say you are in a relationship and you knew something was sus and like not right, it was weird, partner was acting weird, you're like, okay, I think they might be breaking up with me. Like, something doesn't seem right. Or again, at a job, like maybe you're like, you know, my manager's been pinging me a lot recently, you know, things like that. So let's see what we have coming out in the tarot here for my collective for this Saturday, October 3rd, I believe. I think it's October 3rd. It's October 3rd. Sorry, one second. Let me double check. I'm actually curious. Okay, see, I'm glad I checked. It's actually October 4th. So, so for Saturday, October 4th, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective as we're moving through these transitional times with excuse me, with radiance and courage. What do you have to say for our collective? What messages do we need to be aware of? So the first card out we have here is the Devil. We saw this in the pre-shuffle with the Tower. This is Capricorn energy. In the traditional Devil, we see the shackles and chains. I do feel like this is, this is coming out in recent past energy. So collective, I do feel like there is a toxic job environment or relationship, habits, ways of thinking. Again, you put it where it fits. Something that you knew has needed to come to an end. It's no longer serving you. Wow. Did you guys see that? Okay. Every other card is every other card is face down in the deck and shuffling the sun. I'm going to take that. Yeah. The Devil and the Sun with radiance. I want to say that Spirit is helping you to shine a light on the darkest depth of what you need to change, right? So let's say, for example, you've been drinking for 5 or 6 years and it's just kind of become a habit. And, you're not an alcoholic per se, right? You're not getting stupid drunk every night, but it's like you've noticed over the years, like, oh, okay, well, I do have a drink like almost once every night. Maybe that's not healthy. The sun is coming in to shine the light on what needs to change, on what's no longer serving you. This can be scary. I also want to say healing at the bottom of, or I'm sorry, rather at the top of this deck. I just want to acknowledge for people, like, yeah, courage. Spirit also wants to acknowledge this. It's not easy to change. It's not easy to heal. It's not easy to release and purify and cleanse yourself of these toxic habits, especially if this is something that's been going on for years. For some of you, I'm getting like 5 to 7 years, months, a long time though. Nothing that's been like, oh, I just picked this up last week. I should really get rid of it. I mean, it could be that too, but it feels it feels a lot deeper than that. So you have this, these are all major arcanas, by the way. I want to acknowledge that as well. So this is, and then another major at the bottom of the deck. Again, what you don't see coming or what you do see coming, truly, because I feel like a lot of you guys presently are in the Sun and the Chariot energy. You're ready to cut this off. I'm even hearing cold turkey. Cut it cold turkey and keep it moving. You're ready for the healing part. This is no longer serving you. Maybe this is overconsumption. This is overeating. This is overspending. And Spirit's giving you the courage to not just walk away, run, get in your car and fucking get the fuck out of there. It's time for a new beginning. The Fool, it's 0 in the deck. It's like an egg. That's what I always like to say. It's like an egg, a new beginning. It's hatching. It's birthing, and that's uncomfortable. Again, I want to continue to acknowledge that. So, this has been beautiful, collective. Okay. I actually was going to clarify. 1 second, y'all. Okay, so sorry about that. Needed a quick sip of water, and there was a plane going over by, so it was kind of loud. I was going to use this deck to clarify. Something, though, is telling me not to, so I'm going to honor that. We'll use this deck to clarify, and then I'm also going to get some of these Healing Heart Oracles. Try that again. The Heart's Hidden Secrets Oracle. We'll get a few of those to help clarify as well. So for this Saturday, October 4th, I'm hearing, as I just said that, I heard like 10-4, good buddy. Someone could use like a ham radio or just have joined like a CV or like a ham radio. Interesting. And I was getting reverberation, like a signal, like you're sending your signal out there. Very interesting. What a unique message that was. Okay, really beautiful. So let's clarify the Devil here, Spirit. What else does the collective need to see about the Devil? What do we need to know about, that's too many. Thank you, though, Spirit. What do we need to know about the devil? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. 10-4, month of October, 10-10. Yeah, this month this is the month, I think for a lot of you, this could be a healing or a journey that's been in the works for a long time. And I think you're just really getting to the pinnacle, like the peak of like, yeah, I gotta like nose to the grindstone this shit because it's not getting any easier and I just got to do it. Like Nike, just do it, right? But 10 of Wands specifically, let's touch on that a bit more. This is, putting down the burden. Look at how heavy that shit looks. 10 fucking Wands. No, thank you. It's acknowledging that something is a burden. It's acknowledging that this is too much for one person. You need to split the load. And then with Justice here, you have the sword and the two scales. And the radiance was number 2 as well. Yeah, something needs to be split or shared evenly. Just a second here. One sec. Sorry, my dogs are getting a little antsy. So anyways, with the Justice here, again, something needs to be split. It needs to be even, fair, balanced, and right now it's not. Again, this could be the load in a relationship or a job. You put it where it fits. But you know what I just realized too? Justice is number 11. So you go 10, 11. Something is, I'm hearing perfect timing. Something is coming in perfect timing. And with the Chariot here, I want to say quickly, if timing matters to you, something is coming in like just in the nick of time, quickly, right on time. Yeah. Beautiful. How funny. So you have 9, 10, 11, or 10, 11, 9. The next 3 months are going to be very significant for you. You have a total of 4 major arcanas on October 4th as we're recording. You have another one actually here at the bottom of the deck too, the Hermit. So with the Sun and Justice, again, I as I said with the Sun, this can be scary. This can be overwhelming to some people to truly shed the weight, the stories that they carry. It can be a lot to be truly radiant. It can be exhausting to some people. But with Justice here, this is what is right. This is balancing the scale. So you're meant to be in the spotlight. You're meant to be shining the light on the devil right now. And for some of you, this could go even further. I mean, we could be talking about big corporations. We could be talking about government entities. But it's time. The truth is here. One of my favorite sayings is like, the truth always comes out. The sun always rises and the truth will always come out. Even if it's 10, 20 years or decades down the line, the truth always comes out. So then you have the Chariot and the 9 of Cups. This is heavy water energy, Cancer specifically with the Chariot. To me, this represents, again, that fast forward movement. But even more than that, the Chariot represents mobility. I don't like to associate that with a car, right? Because this card really is about the Chariot. And when I think of how we used to get around by horse, right? Things used to take time. So I don't like to be like, oh, you might get a new car and it's going to come in a couple hours or like a couple days. Imagine if you were trying to get cross country by horse. That would take a while, right? Nowadays, I don't think you could even do it, right? But like, imagine in the old days, like trying to get cross country on horse. It's still the fastest way, but it's still going to take time. So anyways, the 9 of Cups, though, coming in underneath the Chariot, wish fulfillment is coming in quickly for you. You also have 9 here with courage. I think once you are kind of recognizing that it's okay to be in the spotlight, it's okay to share this and heal with other people, I think that's going to help you a lot. And it's good, whatever your wish fulfillment is, whatever your ideal life looks like without this devil. So again, we'll take that drinking example, right? Maybe this is you picking up 9 cups of water and staying hydrated throughout the day. So your 9 of Cups could be just a day without drinking alcohol at all. That's what's coming in because you're putting in the work, and that's what's right and just. Okay. I love you guys so much. I hope this did resonate. If it did, drop a comment, drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.